Welcome to Madhu's Online Academy. So in this session I am going to discuss about some of the questions on the topic Advent of Europeans. So in the early session also, with the title Advent of Europeans English Medium Part 1, I have also discussed the questions from, I have discussed 6 questions, 1 to 6 questions I have discussed in part 1, and in this session I am going to discuss the questions from question number 7 to question number 12 in part 2. Question number 7. Match the following list 1 with list 2 and select answer from the codes given below. So list 1, A. French East India Company, B. British East India Company, C. Danish East India Company, D. Dutch East India Company. So in the list 2, what are given? What are the years given? 1. 1600 AD, 2. 1616 AD, 3. 1664 AD, 4. 1606 AD, 5. 1602 AD. So here French East India Company was founded in which year? 1664, remember. So French East India Company was founded in the year 1664. Remember this. So actually it was founded by Jean-Baptiste Colbert. Jean-Baptiste Colbert, who was a finance minister in the court of Louis the 14th, then who was a king or emperor of France, who belongs to Bourbon dynasty of France. So during his time, during the period of Louis the 14th, his able finance minister, our Jean-Baptiste Colbert, founded or established this company, that is French East India Company, in the year 1664 AD, which later came to India for trade purpose, remember. So as we know very well that, what happened, during the time of the Louis the 14th, so France financial condition was not that much good, but because of the policies initiated by his able finance minister Colbert, so French, developed financially during the time of the Louis the 14th because of his able finance minister Colbert. That's why there is a saying in France, that is, without Colbert, the 14th Louis, whom we know, would have been impossible. Without Colbert, the 14th Louis, whom we know, would have been impossible. So that is the credibility, that is the greatness of this able finance minister, our Jean-Baptiste Colbert, remember. So A3 answer, 3. So A3, where is A3? Here in 1, in 3 and 4. So next, British East India Company was founded in which year, or got permission for its trade in east side countries in which year? 1600 AD. And the last day of the year 1600, then the British Queen, Madam Elizabeth I, had given permission to the British East India Company. So which the actual name of this was Merchant Adventures. Later it came to be known as the Company and the Governor Trading into East Indies. Later it is famously known as British East India Company or London East India Company, remember. So this was given permission on the last day of the year 1600 by its England Queen, British Queen, then Elizabeth I. Remember, Elizabeth I tenure period was from 1558 to 1603. She was the last ruler of the Tudor dynasty which ruled England, remember. So mainly England was ruled by Tudor dynasty as well Stuart dynasty. So here our Madam Elizabeth belongs to which dynasty? Tudor dynasty, and she was the last ruler of the queen. She was the last ruler of the Tudor dynasty, right? So next, remember this B answer is 1. Where is B1? Yeah. So next, I'll tell you later. Yeah. So next one, C. Danish East India Company. Danish East India Company was founded in the year 1616. 1616, remember. 1616, 2. Danish means, Danish means Denmark. European country, Denmark. So this company was founded in the year 1616, which later came to India and also established its colonies in India, particularly at Tranquevar, Tamil Nadu, as well as Serampore in Bengal. Finally, in the mid of the 19th century, they sold their colonies to British and also left for their country, remember. It was happened in the mid of the 19th century, exactly in 1845 AD, 1845 AD. So C answer 2, that is, 1616. Next, Dutch East India Company was founded in the year 1602. Dutch means the, Netherlands or Holland country in Europe. So because the Dutch race people are more in number in that country, that's why it is also the Netherlands, also or Holland, also known as Dutch country. So Dutch East India Company was founded in the year 1602 AD at Amsterdam. So D5. So consider this as answer because here options are given wrongly. So here A4, French East India Company 1664. French East India Company was founded in the year 1660. In the year 1664. Next. Okay, 1664. British India Company was founded or given permission on which date? This 1600 AD. 1600 AD. B1. See, Danes or Danish East India Company was founded in the year 1616. Okay, so answer C2. Dutch East India Company, so in 1602, remember, D5. Okay, so A3, B1, C2, D5. So this is the answer. Next. Moving on to the next question. That is question number 8. So French East India Company was founded by whom? Just now, as I told you, okay. So let us look into the options. 1, Jean-Baptiste Colbert, Louis the 16th, Louis the 15th, and the fourth option, Francis Caron. So here right answer for this question is, as you know very well, Jean-Baptiste Colbert, who was a finance minister in the court of Louis the 14th. Louis the 14th, remember. So after Louis, Louis 14th, he only built the world famous, great palace, that is, Versailles Palace. Versailles Palace was built by him in Paris during his reign. And also, remember, next he was succeeded by Louis the 15th, okay, who neglected the administration and also always, try to spend in pleasures. He used to spend with whom? Women only, right? Next, he was succeeded by Louis the 16th, in whose reign, in whose period, people and leaders revolted against the maladministration of the Bourbon dynasty rulers, monarchical rulers. So, with the particularly they wanted, liberty, equality, and fraternity. So these are the slogans of the world famous French Revolution. What are the famous slogans of French Revolution? So, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Liberty, equality, and fraternity are the famous slogans of revolutionary slogans of French people. So finally, they attacked on Bastille Fort. Bastille Fort, remember. So Bastille Fort was also a jail. It is also known as Bastille Jail or Bastille Fort. So where innocent, people were imprisoned by the monarchical Bourbon dynasty rulers of France, remember. So that's why people and leaders attacked on Bastille Fort on 14th July 1789. Remember, that's why Nowadays, in France, we consider July 14th as people consider July 14th as a national day. As well, in the world, this date is to be considered as the Revolutionary Day. In the France, National Day, and it is observed as National Day, whereas in the world history, this date is observed as Revolutionary Day. Remember, okay? So this is about Louis XIV, 15th, and 16th, who belongs to Bourbon dynasty of France. Next, under leadership of Francis Caron, this company came to India. Remember, this company, French company, right? Next, question number 9. Who was the Mughal emperor at the time of the establishment of French East India Company? Here, if you want to go with the correct answer, or select the correct answer for the question, you should have idea. You must have idea about the tenures of the Mughal emperors. As well, you must know in which year this French East India Company was founded. Here I am not directly asking about the years in history as a part of this question. But if you want to answer for this question, you should aware about the periods or tenures of the Mughal emperors, as well in which year French East India Company was founded. Just now, as I told you, so in the year 1664, remember 1664, French East India Company was founded. So I'll give some details about this 1664 after giving answer for this question, right? So here French East India Company was founded in the year 1664. So at that time, who was the Mughal emperor in India? Remember here, Aurangzeb. What was the tenure of Aurangzeb? 1558 to 1658 to 1707. So he ruled from 1658 to 1707. Finally died in the month of February in the year 1707 at Aurangabad area. His tomb is at Kuldabad near Aurangabad. Even his wife's tomb is also at Aurangabad. What is the name of that tomb? That is Bibika Maqbara. So it is also known as Bibika Maqbara, also known as, I'll write first, Bibika Maqbara. It is a tomb name. It is the tomb of Aurangzeb's beloved wife, Rabia Uz Dawrani, and it is also known as Mini Taj Mahal, Dakkan Taj Mahal, Poor Man's Taj Mahal, or replica of Taj Mahal. It looks like similar to the original Taj Mahal, which is at Agra, which is the tomb of Shah Jahan's beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal Begum. Mumtaz Mahal Begum, whose actual name was Arjmand Banu Begum or Nawab Alia Begum. So she was also known as Arjmand Banu Begum or Nawab Alia Begum, but in history famously known as Mumtaz Mahal Begum, who was the beloved wife of Shamsuddin Sahib Kirmani Shah Jahan Padusha Ghazi. But you remember his name as Shah Jahan, which means emperor of the world, world emperor, remember, right? So here, this Bibika Maqbara was a tomb of whose wife? Aurangzeb's wife. What was her name? Rabia Uz Dawrani. And how it is famously known as in history? So it is known as Mini Taj Mahal, Dakkan Taj Mahal, Poor Man's Taj Mahal, replica of Taj Mahal. Remember this. This is at Aurangabad. In the present, remember in the present Chhatrapati Shambhaji Bhonsle Nagar. Chhatrapati Shambhaji Bhonsle, Nagar. Remember. So recently the government changed Aurangabad name, changed as Chhatrapati Shambhaji Nagar, right? Bhonsle Nagar, right? Okay, right. That's it. So this is all about. Just now, as I told you, yeah. Here, coming to the Mughal emperor's history, I want to remind you here. So we know that Mughal, from 1526 to 1707. This period is known as early Mughals, are great Mughals. Later, from 1707 to 1857 or some extent 1858 also. So it is known as age of latter Mughals, remember, latter Mughals, right? So from Babur to Aurangzeb till the death of Aurangzeb, we consider it as early Mughals era or great Mughals era. Later, after the death of Aurangzeb from 1707 to till the end 1857 or 58, we consider it as a latter Mughals. So here, try to remember the names of the Mughal emperors in a chronological order according to a rule. So who are they? For example, the first ruler was Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur. Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur, who ruled from 1526 to 30. And next, he was succeeded by his son called Humayun. Full name Nasiruddin Muhammad Humayun. So remember him as Humayun, who ruled from 1530 to 1540 and 1555 to 1556. So next, third Mughal emperor was Akbar, remember? So Akbar, little Akbar, came to the throne at the age of around 14 years, okay? So Akbar was the third Mughal emperor who ruled from 1556 to 1605. So next, he was succeeded by his son, Jahangir, Nuruddin Muhammad Jahangir. So ruled from 1605 to 1627, and next he was succeeded by Shah Jahan, who ruled from 1628 to 1658, and he was succeeded by Aurangzeb, who ruled from 1658 to 1707. These are all together known as early Mughals or great Mughals. And later, the successors of Aurangzeb known as latter Mughals or weak Mughals, because the successors of Aurangzeb were incompetent to rule. They had been suffering from lack of administrative efficiency or experience. That's why slowly it led to the downfall of the Mughal Empire after the death of Aurangzeb in the month of February 1707 AD, remember. So here his full name is Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur, Nasiruddin Muhammad Humayun, next Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, next Nuruddin Muhammad Jahangir Padusha Ghazi, next Shamsuddin Sahib Kirmani Shahjahan Padusha Ghazi, next Abul Muzaffar Muhammad Zindavir Alangir Aurangzeb, remember. So latter Mughals, who are the latter Mughals? Who ruled from between 1707 to 1857. So from Bahadur Shah 1 to Bahadur Shah 2. In between, there are other Mughal emperors in between these two. So Bahadur Shah 1 to Bahadur Shah 2, known as weak Mughal emperors or latter Mughal emperors, remember. So just now, as I told you, I want to say something about the year, how to remember the years in which European companies were established and which came to India. For example, in one movie there is a song, okay? In that song, that heroine, Madam heroine claims her age was still 16 years only, remember. Okay, what was her age? 16. When I ask you this question, you must give answer as 16 only. Always I put the same question, I ask the same question, you also give the same answer. Okay, through which we get some years. Okay, that is very much useful to remember the European companies, establishments names, right? So here, what was her name? What was her age in the song? So how she claimed? Her age was only 16. Still her age was only 16 years. Okay. So is there any relevance to that age now? Already she grown up. So now she is not 16 years. Okay. She grown up, right? So that's why there is no relevance to that age. That's why we are giving zero tolerance. So in the year 1600, what was happened? British East India Company was founded, which later came to India for trade and commerce purpose. Remember. Okay. We got 1 year, okay. Next, what was her age in the song? She claimed that her age was only 16 years, okay. So again I am asking, what was her age in the movie, in the song? 16 only. So in this regard, to get this year, I have asked you, I have inquired you about the age of so and so heroine. So in that song, what was her age in that song? 16. So I inquired for this 2 times. Consider it as 1 only. 1. So for this, to get this year also, I am going to ask 1 more time. So I am going to ask you 2 times for this question for this year, but you consider it as 1 time only. 1 time only. So in this regard, I have asked you how many times? 2 times only. Here 2 times we considering as 1 time. Here also 2 times considering as 1 time. So total 2 times. So here 02. 2 times 02. Yeah. So in the year 1602, what was happened? Just now as I told you, as a part of my explanation, remember here Dutch East India Company. Dutch East India Company was founded. Here British East India Company was founded and it was given permission by its queen, Madam Elizabeth I, okay, for trade purpose, commerce purpose, right? So in the year 1602, Dutch East India Company was founded at Amsterdam city. Next, what was her age in the song? Right, 16 only, remember, 16. Still her age was only 16 years. So here, so again I am asking, what was her age in the song? 16 only. So in the year 1616, what was happened? You know, Danish or Denmark East India Company was founded. Here D stands for Denmark, remember? Denmark East India Company was founded. Danish East India Company was founded, which later came to India and established colonies at Tranquebar, Tamil Nadu and Serampur in Bengal. Just now as I told you, right? 1616, Denmark East India Company was founded. Next, what was her age in the song? Yeah, she claimed, Madam claimed that still her age was only 16 years in that particular song, in that movie song, right? So what was her age? 16. So here, remember, in order to get this year, I have inquired you the age of so and so, the age of that particular heroine for how many times? 2 times. But we are considering it as 1 time only. For this, to get this year also, I have inquired the age of so and so or that heroine or that madam how many times? 2 times. But we are considering it as 1 only. For this also, I inquired the age of so and so for how many times? 2 times. But we are considering it as 1 time only. So to get this year, I am going to ask you one more time about the age of so and so, but you considered it as 1 time only. So in this regard, I have asked you 2 times, but we are considering it as 1 only. Similar, vice versa, right? So here, remember, so here I have asked you for 1 time. Here, in order to get this year, I have asked you 2 times, but considering it as 1. Here also 1, here also 1. So totally I have asked you how many times? 4 times. Okay. So here 16, multiply with 4. Okay. So how much you get? 64. In the year 1664, what was happened? French East India Company was founded. Remember carefully. So French East India Company was founded in the year 1664 by the France finance minister, able finance minister Jean-Baptiste Colbert during the time of Louis XIV, who was a Bourbon dynasty king of France. Did you get me? Did you understand me? I hope so. Right. Okay, we'll go ahead. So this is for the 9th question, answer is Aurangzeb 2, right? Next, we are moving on to the next slide. Next question, that is question number 10. So, in which year Constantinople was occupied? Option 1, 1556. Option 2, 1453. Option 3, 1455. Option 4, 1498. So, what is the right answer for this question? In earlier also, Advent of Europeans Part 1 English Medium question paper analysis also, I have told you, okay, I have covered this. Even though I will try to explain once again. Already, in the year 1453, Constantinople was, occupied by Sultan Muhammad the second, who was a tremendous emperor of Ottoman Empire or Ottoman Turkish Empire. Remember, Ottoman Turkish Empire. The present name of this Constantinople is, remember, Istanbul, which is now in Turkey. And here, looking into the background history of this Constantinople city, as I told you, as a part of my explanation of Part 1 Advent of Europeans question paper, I have told you here Constantinople was founded by Constantine the First. In 4th century AD, right? So which made by him as his capital city to his newly founded empire called Byzantine Empire, Byzantine Empire or Byzantium Empire, which is also known as Eastern Roman Empire. So he separated from the existing original Roman Empire and laid the foundation of Byzantine Empire or Byzantium Empire, which is also known as Eastern Roman Empire, as its capital at Constantinople. So this city was newly founded by him in the in the first half of the 4th century AD, remember. So but by mid of the 15th century, that was in 1453, it was occupied by whom? Sultan Muhammad II, the Ottoman Emperor, remember. So this was happened because in the Middle Ages, what was happened? Crusades, as I told you earlier, crusades took place between, crusades means holy wars. Holy wars took place between both Christians and Muslims to get supremacy over each other. Okay, so particularly in the Middle Ages, both groups claimed that some cities belongs to them only. For example, Antioch, Edessa, Tripoli, Jerusalem, Constantinople, claimed by both groups because they claimed all those cities belongs to them only. The holy places, the said places belongs to Christians, claimed that they belongs to them, and as well Muslims also say. So that's why finally that led to the outbreak of the war between these two groups, namely Christians and Muslims. Finally, the holy city, that is Constantinople, was occupied by this Sultan of Ottoman Turkish Empire, remember. So the 10th question answer is 2, that is 1453. Next. Question number 11. Match the following list 1 with list 2 and select answer from the codes given below. So what is given in the list 1? Names. This side, yeah. Names, list 1. A. Francisco de Almeida. B. Nunoda Kanha. Next, this is not a Francisco. Yeah. Alfonso. Alfonso de Albuquerque. Alfonso de Albuquerque. See. D. Francois Martin. This side, list 2. Shifted Portuguese capital from Cochin to Goa. 2. Second governor of Portugal in India. 3. First governor of Portuguese in India. So 4. Third governor of Portuguese in India. 5. Founder of Puducherry. Okay, let us match. Yeah. A. List A. A. Francisco de Almeida. Who was he? So he was the, remember, he was the first governor of Portuguese in India. He was the first governor of Portuguese in India, remember, whose tenure was from 1505 to 1509. So Francisco de Almeida, during his reign, okay, short reign, he introduced a new policy. He initiated a new policy called Blue Water Policy, through which Portuguese wanted, or this governor wanted to establish the sway, the power, the dominance of the Portugal on the sea, of India. Remember, okay, western part of India. Okay, they wanted to establish the dominance of the France over the sea, in order to strengthen their colonies, in order to strengthen their trade and commerce. So that is the purpose behind initiating that Blue Water Policy by Francisco de Almeida, whose reign was from 1505 to 1509. Right. Next one, Nunoda Kanha. Nunoda, where is 3? Yeah, A3. A3 is here and here, right? So Nunoda Kanha, Ninoda Kunha. So B. So who was he? Yeah, he shifted Portuguese capital from Cochin to Goa. What was the first, capital or first main trade center or chief trade center of the Portuguese in India earlier? Cochin. Later it was shifted to Goa after occupying it. So particularly in and around 1529, 1530, then the Portuguese governor in India, Nunoda Kanha, shifted his, Portuguese trade center or main center town from, Cochin to Goa. Remember, Goa. Already I have told you, in the year 1510, Goa was occupied by, Portuguese. Goa was occupied by the Portuguese. Next, Alfonso de Albuquerque. He was the second Portuguese governor in, India. So, Portuguese governor in India, remember. Next, So he was the second governor of Portuguese in India. So C2 here, yeah. So next, remember Alfonso de Albuquerque, who succeeded first governor of Portuguese, Francisco de Almeida, and during his reign he abolished this blue water policy earlier, which was introduced by the first ever Portugal governor in India, that is our Francisco de Almeida. So, and also he extended his all support to the Portugal youth, particularly Portugal male. Particularly he wanted to establish matrimonial alliance between India and Portugal, by improving the matrimonial alliance between India and Portugal, matrimonial alliances. How he extended his support to the Portugal youth to marry Indian girls. He didn't ask the Indian boys to marry Portugal girls, but he asked the Portugal boys to marry Indian girls. That was how he tried to establish the matrimonial alliances between India and Portugal to strengthen the Portuguese trade and commerce in India, remember. So that policy was initiated by Alfonso de Albuquerque. And also during his reign only, just now as I told you, during his reign only, in the year 1510, Goa was occupied by Portuguese. That's why we are considering Alfonso de Albuquerque as the real founder of the Portugal Empire in India. So he put maximum efforts in order to strengthen the Portuguese sway, Portuguese power in India. That's why he is famously known as the real founder of the Portugal Empire in India. Remember this carefully, right? During his time, Goa was occupied. So finally, Portuguese left from Goa, as I told you earlier. Portuguese left from Goa in which year? 1961, December 3rd week. Then, the Nehru government had initiated Operation Vijay in order to reoccupy the Goa from the Portuguese, and succeeded in that mission. Okay, in that operation, right? So during his time only, in the year 1511, what was happened? A friendship treaty was signed with the Vijayanagara kingdom. So then Vijayanagara kingdom was ruled by whom? Who was the Vijayanagara king? Srikrishnadevaraya. Srikrishnadevaraya was the Vijayanagara ruler at the time of this, treaty, remember, alliance. Okay, in the year 1511, a friendship treaty was signed between Albuquerque, means Portuguese, and then Vijayanagara kingdom, which was then the strongest kingdom in South India, remember. So these two important things, took place during the time of Alfonso de Albuquerque. Finally, he died in India itself. Okay, India, here only, right? So here C, answer is, 2, right here. Next, D, Francois Martin. So he is the founder of Puducherry. So which latter, Puducherry latter served as the important center of, French trade in India. Headquarter for French trade in India, remember, Puducherry. So actually Puducherry consisting of 4 towns, namely including Puducherry, apart from Puducherry, Yanam, Mahe, and Karaikal. Okay, so this particular, remember, Puducherry consisting of 4 areas, remember. What are they? Including Puducherry, Mahe, Yanam, Karaikal. Mahe, Yanam and Karaikal. Remember very carefully. Next. So this is all about the analysis about the question number 11. Next. The last question. 12th question. Who of the following discovered the sea route to India in 1498 AD? So option 1, Bartholomew Diaz. Option 2, Vascodagama. Option 3, Henry the Navigator. Option 4, Victor Emmanuel. Right. So Victor Emmanuel was the Portugal king. Remember, even Henry, who was a prince of Portugal, who extended all his support, means moral support, financial support to the sailors, those who came forward voluntarily for voyages. Voyage means to travel on sea. Means, what was happened, in the year 1453, we know very well, after the fall of Constantinople, Constantinople, you know very well the story behind this. Constantinople in the year, it was occupied by the Ottoman Turkish Emperor Sultan Muhammad II. After that, all the routes which are passing through this Constantinople city deliberately, closed by Ottoman Turkish Emperor. Then, did not allow the Europeans, the west side people to the east, to come to the east side of the world, and east people vice versa to the west side. So all the routes, land routes were closed which are passing through Constantinople. That's why it was become mandatory to the Europe countries to come to the east side countries for trade and commerce purpose. That's why they sit together and also prepared new plans to discover alternative sea routes and land routes to go to or to come to east part of the world, remember. So regarding that, he extended all his financial and moral support. So in Portugal, Lisbon, Henry also established a naval training school for the youth, those who are coming voluntarily to take training how to travel on the sea and how to discover new areas or unknown areas. Okay, so that's why Henry is also known as Henry the Navigator. Henry Navigator belongs to Portugal country. Next here, Bartholomew. Remember here, Spain, Portugal are here, for example. So this is African continent, and here is India, for example, right? So here from Portugal, Lisbon, Bartholomew, started his journey to come to east side of the world. So he started his voyage in 1487 and followed the west coast of African continent and finally reached to the south edge point of African continent by the year 1488 AD. But here he faced many barriers, obstacles, because due to frequent cyclones, weather condition was not that much good here. So such type of weather condition, became barrier to move further, to go to the east, to move to the east part of the world. That's why he stayed for some time over there and also returned to his home country, Portugal. But he discovered sea route from all the way Lisbon to this area. This is known as Cape of Good Hope. Cape of Good Hope, remember. This is also known as Cape of Storms. Cape of Storms. Cape of Storms, right? So later in 1497, here coming to our Vascodagama, this is the answer for the question 12. Vascodagama started his voyage journey from here Lisbon with the help of Victor Emmanuel in the year 1497 and also followed the earlier sea route which was discovered by another sailor called Bartholomew Diaz, and he followed the west coast of African continent and reached to Cape of Good Hope or Cape of Storms, and from here he reached to Mozambique, so another area in African continent, and from here with the help of Abdul Mazid, who was a merchant, who was a trader, with the help of him he also reached to this Kallikota region, which is in Malabar area of Western India. So Malabar means nothing but the present Kerala. So then its area, Kallikota area ruler was Jamorin or Jamorin Shah, or Raja Manuvikramavarma is also known as Manuvikramavarma, or is also known as Samudrika. Okay, so at that time Kallikota Malabar region was ruling by whom? Jamorin Shah or Raja Manuvikramavarma or Samudrika. Actually here Jamorin was the hereditary title of the rulers of that area. Remember, Jamorin was not a name but it was a title, so which was a hereditary title of the rulers of that particular area. Remember this. So this was happened. So he reached to Kallikota Malabar region by the 3rd week of May 1498. Remember, at that time the Vijayanagara king was Immadi Narasimharayalu. Remember, Immadi Narasimharayalu. Remember carefully. So this is all about Vascodagama journey. This was how Vascodagama discovered a new sea route from all the way Lisbon to Kallikota Malabar region. So this is all about the question number 12, right? Next. Yeah. So with this I am going to conclude this session for today. So please, if you like this video, because I am putting all my efforts in order to give you good analysis and also good subject. So that's why please do like this video and also subscribe to our YouTube channel Madhu's Online Academy. As well, share this video in your WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, and also leave a comment in the comment box. Thank you for watching. Please do like.